That's pretty easy. That screws in like that. This is the shock mount for the condenser microphone, and what the shock mount does is prevent there from being any type of vibration on the microphone, and that screws on like that. This is the condenser microphone, and you want this to be facing towards you. This is the front of the microphone, and you can tell that it's the front by the fact that it says B1 on the front. This shock mount sort of squeezes open like this, and it drops right in there. Next thing to do is to hook up the XLR cable to the microphone, and that will just slip in here like that. Then we run the XLR cable from the microphone to the mixing board. The pop filter as well. The pop filter is handy because, especially for P sounds and any type of harsh sound, the pop filter takes that out, and it also protects, spit from getting into the microphone and messing up the sound. And that pops in here. And we'll just put this in the first channel of the mixing board, like so. Now we just have to plugging the mixing board to the power itself. And there is a jack here at the back. This jack is very sensitive. These plugs got to go in so, and there's an up arrow to indicate where it should go. So now the microphone is hooked up to the mixing board itself, and I'm just going to discuss the controls real quick. This condenser mic doesn't have any power of its own, so you have to supply power to the microphone using the mixing board, and the way you do that is by clicking on this button right here, which is the phantom power button, and when you do that, this red light will come on. So there's now power being supplied to the microphone. There's three key buttons that you'll want to concern yourself with on the mixing board. The first one is the gain button, and the gain button has to be set at right at about 2 o'clock right here. The other one is the master switch for the first channel, which we've got our microphone plugged into, and that's going to be set at about 3 o'clock. And then you have your master volume right here, and that's going to be set at about 20. All these other buttons right here we don't need to concern ourselves with. They're just going to be set right at 12 o'clock. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to run the audio from our mixing board into our player. The way we do that is we've got these 1/4-inch plugs that's going to connect to the main out, which is right here, and then that goes into the line in on the Zoom 2, like so, and then I'm just going to plug my headphones in as well so I can actually hear what I'm recording. So when I talk, basically when I talk, these two green lights should come on, and when you're podcasting at home, when you're talking to the microphone, if you don't see these two green lights come on, then you're not loud enough. But if you have the three controls on the board set as I described, you should be loud enough. Now to actually begin recording on the Zoom, so I'm just going to turn on the power here, and here's the welcome display. And if I press the record button once, I will start to get sound into the player. And if I press the record button one more time, the clock will start to count upwards, and that means I'm actually recording. And as you can see here, This display indicates that the Zoom is actually picking up the sound that's being fed to it from the board. And if I press the record button again, that will actually stop the file and save it to the SD card that's contained within the Zoom player. Again, press the record button once and you'll get a preview. You'll actually be able to hear this coming in through your headphones, like so, and then press the record button one more time and you will actually be recording. And you want to make sure that that clock is counting upwards, because if it's not, you're not actually recording. There's one other control on here. If you can see this, this has a plus record level and minus record level. You control that by using these buttons right here. And you just want to make, if you want to boost the volume of the record, you can do it like so, or you can reduce it. If it's set at about 100, that should be fine. One other thing to show you is how to use this in the field for field interviews. If you have, you can attach the hand grip and the wind guard. Right now, there are 4 different setups on here. There's the front microphone, there's the surround microphone, which it uses the front and back microphone, and then there's the rear microphone. You want to use the 2-channel surround microphone, and the way you switch microphones is by using these arrow buttons. 2-channel surround microphone means you'll be using the front and back microphone. And for any type of field interview, that's the setting that you'll want. You'll also want to make sure that your microphone gain setting is set up at high so it can pick up as much sound as possible. Then press record once so that you can see your levels, and record one more time so that you're actually recording and you're ready to do your field interview, like so. Press record again, and that will save the file to the SD card. The final step here is to get the audio off the SD card, off the Zoom player, and onto the computer. What we want to do is we want to turn everything off, then hook it up to the USB. You'll see the screen here, it's asking, it gives you 2 options. You want to select storage, and you do that by pressing the orange button. And now the computer will recognize the device as a USB connected device. Open up the menu, and as the default, everything will save to folder 1. And these are the files that we recorded, and you'll just copy those to your desktop. For field interviews, if you want to use those in a podcast, you can just email those to me. And also for show days, you will email your audio to me as well, and then I'll mix the 2 audio files together for the podcast. Disconnect. You, down here in your system bar, stop the device, and you can safely disconnect. And that's it.
Good punting.